I'm so proud of us. I am. I'm just looking down here and noticing that I almost completely used up this entire container that has been full for the past 4.5, 5 years of all those objects, those Hymax pieces. All these. Of course I didn't use these. Because they had black lines on them. And I didn't realize that I should have used them also because I'm going to end up spray painting the entire thing. But anyway, a little bit too late for that. But now I can, do something else with these. Just throw them in a box or maybe just trash them or something. And move on to the next project. But one thing that gets me about this is now I have an empty container. An empty drawer, empty shelf that I can use for something else. Something else we find maybe. I think it goes up there. Yeah, that one. Huh. Yeah, so that's a good thing. A lot of things used up out of one drawer means something else can go in it. Who knows what it's going to be? I guess I need to start organizing a lot of the finds over the past year. Every place we go. Just pack them away. Look at them later. To make room for better finds this year. Who knows what we might pile up on the shelves this year. 2022. It was a great year, 2021. I know we, missed out on the major pieces though. But recovered many other things that tell a cool story. Some things that I need to take care of later. Got to go to the Gwinnett County Library and try to find some more signs, just like when we go to Goodwill all the time, and try to find the signs there. Got to find aisle 6 or aisle 9. See where it's going to lead us. On second thought, that looks more like a baseball bat rather than a billy club. But I already know what it is. It's a billy club. Just looks like an old school baseball bat from the 1870s. Yeah, I think it's about time for some interesting renewal up in here. If you knew what I meant. I had this concept that I thought about a little bit too late. Last night I thought about this concept about how to make great things happen in the next year. I'm going to have to try this experiment next year. Next New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve 2022. With the approach in 2023, I got to try something that I came up with last night. I don't know if you've ever tried this before or not. But everything that exists in a single year, if it exists as it does, exactly the way you left it, through the new year, does that mean that things stay the same? Thought about that last night. For instance, next New Year's Eve, I know I'm not going to be out there partying up. I wish I could. I know I'm not going to be hanging out with the ladies. Who knows, Corona might still be out there. Tenfold. Things might be changed considerably this time next year. Well, at the end of this year, 2022. Things might be totally different. But I thought about this. New Year's Eve, 2022. Pack things away. Move things around. Every single thing in my collection. Everything in my place. Wherever it sits on New Year's Eve. Either gets packed away to open the door for renewal. Extra stuff to come in the following year. The following day. It all starts off. But everything else that stays out Even when it comes to the picture frames, the mirrors, boxes. Every single object gets moved ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. So there's change involved in every single thing. Yeah, but that's the tough thing about the time, though. I gotta consider that. Tough thing about it is if I move it on New Year's Eve, the last day of 2022, if I move everything and pack it away, the stuff that needs to be packed away, so things can be piled on the shelves and everywhere else later on in the new year. If I do that on the final day of 2022, does that mean that it still stays the same for 2023? Gotta think about that one. Have a year to think about it. Have a year to figure it out. Try to see if I can make something happen for 2023 by just creating a lot of change. The final day of the year. Well, this is going to take a little bit longer than I expected. Got the JB weld out. Got to glue on the strips first. The chrome strip on both sides. But I have to weigh them down because it's not even. That's fine though, because the corners are going to be covered up with these things. Only about a little more than half an inch is going to be exposed on the middle part, right there. So we're going to be golden. But you know how this stuff works. Not exactly instant. So I'm going to have to wait. Literally, it's going to take 5 more days just to finalize this thing, which I'm okay with. As long as it's good and strong and it does the job. Can't be ripped apart. But these things right here are going to be perfect. Just right for the piece. Glad I found these things. You'll never believe what these things are supposed to be used for. And I'm going backwards. I'm going the complete opposite of what these things were designed for. Yeah, they go inside of the bottom of tables. So if you're designing a table, like this one right here, you're designing a table, they go into the corners, just like so. They go into the corners, so you can mount the legs and whatever at the top. Carefully, that is. But I'm going complete opposite. Oppo. Like Julio Franco. Yeah, with his opposite field line drives over the fence at 47 years old. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's going to be a great item. I'm not really complete with all my stuff right now. I think I have like 7 or 8 projects going. Just cleaned these things last night. These things are quite the objects. Looks like somebody missed the center of it all. When he drilled it out. Wonderful item right here. Looks very Romanesque. Brutalistic architecture. It's level. It's cool. At least it's not like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which I will definitely be okay with. If it was, that would be more interesting if it was. Yeah, but these are just like standalone I don't know. What do you want these things to be? Paperweights? Or just sculptures? Yeah, look at that. That was interesting. Perfect when it comes to exposing the beauty of the inside. Huh. Yeah, I thought about these things just being some kind of, sculptural items. That's it. Just like so. Stain it. Not with concrete stain, but I'm talking about like something that's going to give it some kind of shine. A little bit of a darker tone. Just like that right there. Because when I got it wet last night, after I was washing them, it looked even better. It brought out the colors and the tones within the gravel. The aggregate. I know it's just concrete, but finding stuff like this is a rarity. Yeah. But I got many other things to work on. Yeah, I gotta go through that tonight. What else do I have to do? Besides wait on this. Can't go to the dumpster, it's too full when I pass by. But I had to go to the grocery store and just came across these containers right here. These things I found at the grocery store when I was getting the bird seed and the squirrel feed and stuff like that. These things were not cheap at all. But I had big plans for this. I got to go through some of my crates and organize them tonight and tomorrow. As I wait for things to dry, whatever. Maybe if I need a little bit of a break, I'll go ahead and spray paint this another coat. If I'm able to, if it's not too cold outside. It's about 45. But last night I was up till midnight doing some things. Totally forgot about these things. They were in the top of the closet. That one's not really, let's just call that one a practice. I still don't know what it is about those same colors. But you know what, take that back. I know exactly what it is about these colors. Totally forgot about them. I thought I trashed that one when I first moved in this place. But maybe I should just start all over. Paint over it. With gesso. Just try to bring it back to life in a different way. But something about these colors I keep using over and over again. I got to get away from that though. Because I already know the truth behind it. This was just me in training 10 years ago. Trying to get something out of my soul. Listen to me giving some soul to the video. No, it was a long day at the office. Yeah, but that one here is pretty nice. Well, that one's not too bad either, but this one I'm just going to paint over. Canvas is expensive. Extremely expensive. There's nothing like reusing it though. Yeah, but that one's not bad. Always seems like I'm never complete. Oops, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. It's almost as if I can't complete anything though, because it's got to be perfect. I mean, it just sits around and I think about adding more stuff to it. I don't know what it is about the lines though. Why do I always have to trace the cube from the mind with every line? A straight line, that is. I don't understand it though. But it's always been a part of my soul, which is an incredible thing. I mean, I don't need it anymore like I used to. I don't need to overlay it. I don't need to trace it out. I don't need to do pinpoints. Like point A to point B to point C. The axes. The lines. I don't need to do that anymore. It's natural. Glad I found that one again. Some of my old stuff. We already recognized all that stuff anyway. Told you I had a lot of this stuff a long time ago. 2005 was when this was taken. Yeah. Gotta reorganize some stuff tonight. Most definitely. Because I was in the mood for doing a massive reconstruction, a massive clean out last night while I was looking for the pastels, and I still haven't found them yet. Yeah, I've already gone through these crates. I'm just trying to downsize and add things to something else so I can have a crate, a good sized crate. I think this size is what I'm looking for. To do what? I still gotta bring these things out here too. Gotta find the pastels. That's the main thing I'm looking for. I'm just stumbling upon the other things. All the other things that I just come across, like the book, the blue book from last night. I just stumbled upon it. Just like when I go out looking for cool things, and I just stumble upon the artifacts. It's not my fault. That's garbage. Yeah, get a load of this crap. It took forever to design this thing. Here's some metal strips right here. I drug all that stuff out of that dang closet and totally forgot about this Art Deco piece right here. Totally forgot about this. I knew that I had some more just exposed. The line work. The gold and silver. That was quite the item right there. I just never had the space to hang it up. I finished it right before I moved out back in 2012, before I went to school. And it just ended up in stores all that time. But it was right here. And then one night the shelf came crashing down because of the weight. It was too heavy on top of it. And it got destroyed just like that other piece right there. Which that came from. But yeah, I gotta find one crate. One good sized crate, not too big. Definitely not too small. Because I have less than a couple of nights to do what? Organize and pack everything up. Everything that I can. You thought I hoarded the world. All this stuff right here can fit into one single crate. And I'm talking about the stuff that we have stumbled upon. Just the random items that tell us a story. They help us realize something about many things. But it's 2022. It's time to pack up what we recovered in 2020. What? I'd say 2000. What am I going to say? 2018 through about 21. October 2021. You're looking at the collection. Got to get ready for a monumental year, 2022 and beyond. I'm thinking that if I pack up all this stuff and put it in the closet, and everything will be clean after I cleaned it. The shelving, wiped it off, dusted. who knows what they might allow us to find and collect and recover. Of importance, that is. Not a waste of time, not a waste of space. But like I said, all this stuff that means something. You know, like the continents right here. That's one single art piece right there. North and South America. Probably what you're looking at 97,000 years from now. Yeah, but all the little trinkets and stuff like that, like these guys, I know they probably don't want to be packed up, but might find more friends for them if I did pack them up. Guys are crazy. Yeah. All the faces, all the random pieces, all the things that drove our curiosity is crazy for the last 3 years, 4 years. All this stuff needs to be packed up just for a little while until I get a much, much larger studio space. And I can display it once again. So I can learn from it. We can learn from it. Study it. Always have to have things out in the open in order to see truth, if you know what I mean. In order to understand it. To realize it. That it is reality. Because it is created. And it's there. Not a phantom. Something you can see, something you can feel. Yeah. Not to mention the spaces are getting quite packed. And every time I try to pile something else in, something else falls out. Yeah. Like this over here. Time to pack it up so it can add more to the collection. It's almost like they're always with me watching. And they know what I have. I don't know if that's the reason why the recovery is completely stopped. Of most of the interesting stuff we could ever come across, it's just completely stopped. About 8 months ago, back about June, it all came to a complete stop. But we were allowed to, come across a few things here and there. Not that much though, even though it's just random. Quite the crystal collection. But it's definitely about time to pack it up. All the stuff that we found. But when it comes to the major stuff, the history, the secrets, the truth, that stays as is. It's just random stuff that gets packed up. To leave room for growth, abundance. Yeah. And continue to work on other things. Yeah. Not quite ready to start with the metal just yet. I need more. So you're going to say, but Da Vinci, you have more than you could ever imagine. You have 2 drawers full. That weigh probably 80 pounds apiece. You're going to say, Da Vinci, you're more than ready to start working on the metal like you did before. I know you're right, but the winter time is dwindling. I don't want to say this though. I don't want to say that. I'm hoping that the winter is longer so I have more time to work on the art. I don't ever want to say that. Can't put a hold on the seasons just for me. Don't ever do that. Dang, look at that. going to be quite the objects. But I definitely got to pack this up. I mean, the metal alone is going to be one single large crate. A complete large crate. I can't fit anymore in here. Either of these. Yeah. So I gotta get ready for some abundance. But I'm the cause of it. There's got to be a catalyst in order for it to happen. You have to be the catalyst to move things along. Oops, what did I step on? I heard something crack. Oh, it's just a piece of dirt. Yeah, dang. But these right here. Now this is more about 5 or 6 years of collecting. These things right here. Don't have the time to clean them. I've already Googled the answer on how to clean these things. It might take 5 gallons of muriatic acid. Or whatever they said. Like 10 pounds of salt. Whatever. Look at that pollen from last spring, still showing up as yellow. I want to see what it's like to have these things empty again. The right way. So we can definitely fill them up. Once again. Let me go ahead and work on that next couple of nights. Once again, I finally found something else. I've been thinking about where this thing went for the past 4.5 years, and I found it in a crate. Just washed it. I know it's really not that significant, but I found it at an old school dump site deep out in the woods one day. And the garbage dates back to probably the late 60s. Mid to late 60s. Hand-blown glass. Fully intact. A little under 50 years old, maybe. No maker's mark, nothing like that. Probably not one of a kind either. I just wanted to clean it up, see what it looks like. It's got scratches on it. What do you expect when it was at a random little dump site, deep out in the woods? Cool, so glad I finally found this thing. Don't ask me why I've been trying to wonder what happened to some glass that I found 4 years ago in the woods. It's in this crate. It's right here. Besides all the Hall of Famers. Joey Bell? It's my Albert Bell. Here we go right here. Looks like I have some blemishes on the left side of my cheek. Add it to the shelf. It's how you trace things out and layer things on top of each other in 2D to create something. We got a trip to make to the Gwinnett County Public Library to go to aisle 6 or aisle 9. Do that thing later. Let's hope they're going to be open. How come I never displayed this thing right here? What was I thinking? Totally forgot about this thing. Think I'll go ahead and add it to the shelf for this year. What an item, dang. How did I even miss it? Well, after all, you guys were probably right in the first place. Maybe it's going to take 2 crates, not just one. Dang. Tonight's the night. About to have it all cleaned up. Vacuumed. Cleaned. Polished. Got to get ready for the next year or two. Could you imagine the abundance that they're going to let us, take a look at? and add to the shelves. Stuff we can remember later. Not done with this yet. It's going to be used for art. You already know that. I don't know about that though. I had big plans for that. But that's just enough. So I think I'll use that as art also, but I still have to clean it. Still got to clean this stuff. I should be done with it tonight by at least midnight. Nice and organized. By the way, I just got finished putting on these corners with the good old JB Weld. Going to take a full day to completely dry. Got a couple of blemishes I gotta get off later. It's gonna look real tight. It's tight as it is now. Already. It's doing its job. That's what matters. That's what counts. Empty shelves. Kind of. Ready to hold some more stuff. Let's hope it's not going to be too much garbage. And I'm not talking about this. Not at all. You're probably wanting to know why I haven't cleaned off this shelf yet. Because I think there's one thing I have to do first. Before I clean it off. Well, before I pack them up anyway. Not really clean it off. I gotta move them anyway in order to create something. Hopefully I have time to do that tonight. It's amazing how quickly I moved last night. How quickly I got what I got done. Still got some tweaking to do. You know what? I just totally forgot how good this thing looked in the light. Instead of being up on a shelf, hiding behind a whole bunch of stuff. Really though. Looks a whole lot better in the light. Beautiful. I know it's just weird. Abstract is all it is. Like looking inside the water. The waves of the water. With all their natural tones, colors combined. Was hoping I was going to be able to get into some painting better than this over the winter. Still got a couple months left. Let me go ahead and see what I can do later. Not even done. Every time I look at something, I get new ideas about moving things around. I want to display my artwork, but there's also those drawings, about 20 of them I wanted to display. Maybe I'll just get some kind of flip book portfolio that I can just open up whenever I want. But some things have got to be framed. Not enough room in this thing at all. Wish I had my studio space back. I'm talking about 5 times as large as this room. Not enough room, and it's already like 10:30. Dang it. Trying to make room for some great discoveries. Hopefully coming up soon. Well, trying to make room, that's all I'm trying to do. But it's difficult. Because every time I pile something in the closet, when I get ready to pack this stuff back up for the warm season, for the spring and summer. You know I'm a neat freak. For real I am. This seriously gets on my nerves in a different way. I'm yin and yang at the same time. I love it, but dislike it at the same time. Dang. Dilemmas. But once I have to start packing this stuff up, put it back in the closet, I don't know if I'm going to have enough room. Which means what? Everything just keeps going. In order to make room in the closet, I have to start making stuff. But where am I going to put it when I finish? I mean, where am I going to put that thing? Where am I going to put that one? Where am I going to put that one? Where am I going to put this once I paint it? An immaculate color. Probably just modern white. Coat the edges, the corners, the seams with a different color. I guess, I don't know. But I have to fill the voids. Filling the voids. That's all I've been trying to do all night is fill the void. Nothing but a bunch of dirt. You guys crazy. Well, when I do my experiments for facial masks, washing hands, that kind of thing, and other things. Forgot about these things right here. Beautiful. Look at that. Like a diamond. What if this was a diamond? Just kidding. Gotta add them to the stash in the crate. But I also forgot about these. Nearly every single rock in this bag right here. Almost every single rock was a triangle. Gotta take them back out there. Should I? Oh, do I have to? I don't know. You talk about a backwards adventure for the next year and a half, 2 years. You're talking about 5 to 6 years of collecting the perfect things. Can I just keep a few of them? I know who they belong to. That's a nice one right there, though. But they're all nice. Got him into the crate. This crate. But I can't add it to the big crate underneath until I get things out of it. Still got to keep it out. Got to keep adding to the pile. I got big plans for this. You already know what it is. You're looking right at it. You're looking right at her. Break them up just a little bit. Create some kind of abstract piece. On some kind of plywood. Dang, that thing's going to take forever to create. Man. Can't do anything till I do something else. Right on. Yep. Had to go by Home Depot and get 4 more of these things today during my lunch break at work. How am I going to have space for all this? Well, I think 4 more should do it. I predicted 1 crate would hold everything. Boy, was I ever wrong. Dang. What do I get myself into? Got to get the metal shards out of here. Got to get the cans out of this one. And just pack them away for a little while. Maybe I'll work on the art pieces next winter. I don't know. Trying to set the stage. Well, design the stage. Get it ready for the big show. For the next 2 years, just about. Who knows what we're going to recover. Starting tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put my architectural art pieces. The other crates. The 13 crates. They all piled up in here. Sky high. And space has been taken up with the collections. Man. It's like that backwards balance. It's exactly what it is. Backwards balance. Give and take. Take and give. Remove and replace. Something's got to be created out of something, right? Well, I gotta get that out of here. So I can put the crates down here. Easy access later for the metal pieces. Thought about redoing this entire room. I want to hang some more of my paintings, but there's no room. Hardly any room at all. Well, I could hang some of the smaller ones at the top, instead of hanging a bunch of license plates and a bunch of hubcaps. Decisions. It's cold in here though. Just got home from work. And it was a whopping 52 degrees in here. Let's see what it is now. Well, it's going up. 57. Okay, cool. Still a little bit too cold for my taste. How am I going to sneak this out to the dumpster? Well, I'm not talking about this. That's easy to get rid of. I'm talking about these things. They're not that hard to get rid of either. Just as long as I can have first dibs in the morning time. But I'm in no mood to carry any of this downstairs at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday night when it's 35 degrees outside. I still don't know if I'm going to go out tomorrow. I got to make that decision quick. But I'll tell you one thing though. What's going to help me make that decision is when I get up in the morning and look at the temp. Still haven't gone through these things. It's all Christmas decorations though. 90% of it. Heck, one single crate is nothing but Christmas stuffed animals. Teddy bears and stuff like that. But I still haven't found the pastels yet. One of my old art pieces. Dusty. The 3D cityscape. Maybe I'll hang that on the wall. Don't know if I have space. Why the heck did I put everything on mirrors? I don't know. Don't ask. Are the pastels under here? No, it's just empty picture frames. Got to be around here somewhere. Oops, turn off the light. Can't remember the last time I opened up this closet. I know you're wanting an update on this thing. So am I. JB Weld takes a while to dry. It does. At least 24 hours. Into a hard plastic consistency. Not a lot of blemishes. Great. Perfect. That thing is hard as concrete. Hard as steel. One side is done. Now I gotta work on the other side. It's gonna take 2 days. Gotta place the rods first before I can finish it off with the the triangles. Modern and contemporary. But I got a beef with the guys at HDX, the guys who make these things. Ladies and gentlemen who make these things. I should have asked for a discount when I first noticed this. This is a new type that they have. A new model. Never seen these before. A little bit wider, more flat, but more gallons. These are 17 gallons, I think, versus the other ones. No, these are 14. Yeah, these are 14 versus the 12. But there's an issue with these things right here. I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but there's supposed to be tabs right here. The little bump ups. The little bumps that are supposed to hold the, dang Dusty. They're supposed to hold the tops in place. but they're missing. I should have let them know about the defect. But anyway, I'll deal with that later. I need to use it now, that's why I got them. Let me go ahead and fill these things up. Hold on 1 second. I need some advice on how to handle this. I wish my movies were real time. Really though, you can comment at the bottom of the video while I'm doing a live streaming or something like that. But how should I handle this? Should I take the easy way out and just dump it in? Pull out the drawer and dump it in? Or should I take it slow and try to find the Pangea pieces of the continents? You know, like this could be Africa or Brazil, something like that. Gotta find the ones that can be used for one single art piece. Dang, did I lose the other ones? No, I didn't, they're over there. Okay, see, if I just take the easy, lazy way out and dump it in there, I might miss something important. A few of the major pieces I've been trying to keep an eye out for. But if I take it slow and drop them in piece by piece, it's going to be a long night, for real. But if I also take it slow and I go piece by piece and look at all of them, one by one, in my hands, it'll tell me a different story, give me better ideas about what I can create later. When I have the time, that is. The winter is going by really, really quickly now. Let me think about that. Oh, dang. Let me think about that for a moment. Well, I think I just made a slight miscalculation in my judgment for what I had in the drawer. Half of it is the cans, left over from the overfill on the other one, the one below it, because I've been collecting the cans like crazy, because they're beautiful. Look at that. And the rest is all the shards of the puzzle pieces and all. These masterpieces. But dang, I just had a Da Vinci style idea. You can see how things are starting to work out within the container. I mean, there's a piece right there, but it's not really organized just yet. Look, it's part of the Leti. That's gonna be a nice piece right there. Are so perfect. They even match. Spot on. But I just had an idea about this. Just a little concept of mine. I mean, you are looking at a picture right there. An abstract picture. A different kind of, motion picture that is. Just had an idea. Even though it's probably not going to be set in stone just yet. I mean, you're looking at something that's just accidental, basically. Placing these things in here. It's almost like one of those games where you put something in a box, like drawing numbers. See what you get by chance. Like at a casino or something like that. Like when you're drawing straws, drawing numbers out of a hat without looking. And you shake it up. And you choose what you get. You get what you choose in your hands. So I just had a thought about this. Look at that. I mean, that's a different kind of concept right there for an image. But what if I put a few more pieces in here and put the top on? and just shook it up. Or whatever. Tilt it upside down. Shake it up a little bit. Spin it. And then set it back down. And take the top off to see what kind of gift they give us. What kind of image. Due to the laws of physics. Combined with what we're doing. Maybe I'll think about that later. I just had that idea about this. A different kind of art that is not really set in stone. Not glued together. Not solidified. In a way, it's still kind of free. Good thinking. You know what? I was just thinking about something else. It's kind of cool, but I remember every last place I got every last piece from. It's interesting the kind of memory that I have. I know exactly where I got every single shard. It's almost like a different kind of treasure. And you thought I was going to leave it just like that. Dirty and nasty. Not anymore. We got some things to put in the drawer later. On to the next one. What kind of recycling center am I running in this place? You guys crazy. Well, that's one heck of a collection of some useless, worthless bottles right here. Beautiful. Might as well just take them to the dumpster. It was just part of my cleanup act, is all it was, really. Help clean up heaven. Just grabbed what I thought was interesting so I can study it, look at it, wonder where it came from, try to learn the history of it. Okay, but these things right here, I don't know why people sell them on eBay. I can see one selling for about 10 cents. Maybe a couple more selling for $1. But I don't sell anything though. I just keep it to look at and study. But these are items I do not take back out there. Not at all. They don't take up a lot of space. Replacements.com. Negative. It's missing the gold rim around it. Different kind of study pile. They always have been, really. You're going to say, but Da Vinci, go ahead and take it out and dump it in the dumpster. Leave it out with a sign that says free. Who could give up something like that, though? 1974. Plastic plate. 1981. Looks like a linoleum floor tile in the kitchen. That's exactly what it looks like. But you know how I love to downsize. I'll go through this in another year or so. Pick out the ones that are ready to go. And keep the ones that I think are worthy to keep. Which is only going to be a handful. It just takes time. Until you get things narrowed down. To what's most important, right? That's the way I look at things. Gotta dig through the treasure. Try to figure out what's most important. And what you can do without. This one's definitely a keeper. Mint condition. Kind of. Close to it. Ancient. Probably 1940s on this. Can't even get it clean. Looks like I need to read the instructions on how to do that thing right. Let me go ahead and think about dumping some of these later. I mean tonight, that is. Every time I step foot in my studio, the course of the last year, felt nothing but overwhelming. And you already know why. It's always good to downsize though. Get rid of some things. No matter how big or how small. But this one's a keeper. Until I can get it made. Don't you worry, guys. You have nothing to worry about. I'll be cleaning you up and donating you later, I guess. Leaving you out for somebody else to find. If you would like that. Maybe you want to go back out to heaven. Talking to a bunch of dolls. I'm crazy. I'm just playing. Yeah, I see faces, so I think they have souls. Yeah. No big deal. Hopefully you'll think the same way. In a different way, that is. We'll get to that later. Maybe even tomorrow. Getting down to it. Friday night party. Who knows what I'm going to carry in here tomorrow night. Gotta work on some things first. Let me get going. See you later. I have no choice but to put this in here for now. Reference picture, that's cool. It's in the dark. No space to put my own art. What a shame. That one's completely done. How about that? About dang time I completed something at 100%. Thanks for the rain, Almighty. I knew I would have been caught up in something if I decided to go out today. Great decision to stay in, heck yeah. And I'm not accomplishing a dang thing either. Well, I'm moving things around. I gotta repair the top on this one. My nephew dropped something on top of it when it was in the garage. Easy fix, not a big deal. I'll just have to take the half Flower of Life pedals and remake them. Dang, beautiful. Let me go ahead and shut the window. It's getting wet in here. Thanks for the rain. Yeah, you're going to say, but eventually you have accomplished a lot. You've been moving things around, rehanging the pictures and stuff like that. Well, I'm trying to make room for my art things, whatever they are. Taking the nails out of the walls, repositioning things. That one's got to stay. I try to find the perfect place for that. It's so hard in this place with lack of wall square footage. Yeah, I just want to hang some of my craziness for some motivation. But the angels definitely got to be hung up. They do. I'm not doing without them, no matter how much space they take up. I was thinking about right here. One on each side, facing each other. And then trying to find space for the whatever paintings. There goes some right there. I thought about, the sunroom. Hanging them in a sunroom. But I might just have to figure out a way to overlap them on top of other paintings. I guess that's what they want me to do. It'll be our little secret. Talk about dark. Yeah, I just went ahead and did stuff like this. But I've only been awake for like 4 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, like moving that, and moving that. It all came from somewhere. And something's got to be replaced. Dang, it didn't last long enough. At least it rained. But I thought about hanging some up in here. Talk about some wall square footage. Don't have a ladder to get that high. But you're probably wondering what I mean by I haven't accomplished anything at all today. Well, I planned on working on the art. But in a different way, I am working on the art. By moving it around. Because the last thing I need to do is hide it, right? It's the last thing I want to do is hide the art. Trying to get some of my things hung up, rearranged, going about. School of thought, knowledge, whatever. Got the Twins hung up, ready to go for Monumental in 2022. Childish. Those things right there. Yep. Let's just call them practice, trying to give me some motivation. Try to understand what I was seeing before. A little bit abstract, just practicing with paint. That's all it was. Got to do better, though. Definitely got to do better. Trying to figure out where to hang up the larger ones, but, you know, trying to do the best I can do so I can get my motivation. I kept getting on the website, what do you call that? Wiki art? Something like that, looking at other artists' work. I think I looked at every single art piece that's uploaded to the website, drawing or not. And I told myself, stay away from it, because I have to be who I am, not try to get motivation from other people. Because I got to give myself a chance, got to give myself a chance to see what comes out. I don't know what it is about the yellows and blues, though. And the gold. I know you can laugh at the paintings. You can. You have a right to. They're practice. Trying to figure out how to work with acrylic paints and not the oils, because the oils are expensive. Oil paint's very expensive. Let me go ahead and pull this one out. It's small enough. Those are the ultra large ones right there. Probably some of the worst I've ever done. Sorry, 6 o'clock. I haven't accomplished anything at all today. Nothing. But what about this piece here? Don't know what to do about this. Every time I clean it, I have to clean it with Q-tips. Probably takes a couple hours. Cleaned it about 2.5 years ago. After I pulled it out of the box. Tried to vacuum off the cobwebs, but that didn't work all the way. I'm changing positions on this one. It's not going to be up there. It's going to be right here. Yeah. I don't know if I'll clean it though. It's like 6 o'clock. Dang. Let me figure something out. But you know I had to move this about, because we're going to be filling that thing up this year with what I don't know. It's a Super Bowl, that's for sure. I know that for a fact. It's a Super Bowl. What if it was filled up with the history that we're always looking for? All of my collection, the spear tips, the arrowheads, all that kind of stuff, the major history. We'll only fill that thing up halfway. Wistful thinking. See what kind of prayer is going to be answered this year. Almost done at about 7 o'clock. Not really a waste of time though. Almost done cleaning and organizing. Getting ready for the next year. Looking around. Thinking about taking all the rocks down to the Da Vinci vehicle. Ready to donate them back out to heaven. Don't tell me I'm going to have to pull everything out of that closet again. Try to figure out what 90-pound crates need to be taken downstairs. Crazy. I'll clean it later, don't you worry. Got some other things to reposition. That thing right there. Yep. Weathers. Man, but there's something I forgot. Totally forgot. The first thing I talked about today. And it was the one thing I was trying to focus on before I started anything. It's funny how things work out, if you knew what I meant. Well, I originally had this thing right here. Well, not right here. I had this abstract, whatever it is, up here on top of this thing. And I thought to myself, I really wanted to showcase it because of what it looks like. Real cool. So I had to move that thing right there in order to push it back. Figured that one out. But then I was like, hey, there's a void up here on the wall. And I have nothing else to put up here. Nothing else at all. Everything else is way too big. And then I totally forgot something. Bam. First thing I talked about that I needed to clean, because I wanted to put it up on the wall. Bam. So glad they made me move it. It seems as if I'm not really in control of what I'm doing half the time, that is. It's strange that even if I said something, if I didn't say anything at all, would it ever happen? Seems like somebody is always listening. It's weird how the body works, how the mind and the soul works together. I guess it's what they call intuition, instinct. Just because I said I had a desire about putting this back up on the wall to showcase it, so it could be seen. First time in about 9 years. Needs to be cleaned though. But if I never said anything, who knows where that would be? Who knows where that would be? Real cool. Always trying to keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. Whenever I say something, to see what else happens later. Whatever it was the right decision. Thanks for always listening. Let me go ahead and clean this stuff up. Finish this thing up right.